Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the channel.
Back.
Hope everybody had a wonderful day.
Yeah.
We got another one for you guys.
Just another one.
Another Britney Spears for you Britney Spears fans out there.
Yes.
This is part 4 of her Free Britney hashtag called Britney Spears sent warning signs for over a decade. Over a effing decade.
Are you serious? A whole decade. That's 10 years in case y'all forgot.
Right before we start, like, comment, share, and subscribe so you can get notified for more content. Yes. And we're going to get right into this video. And now.
She'll be taking up a 2-year residency at the Planet Hollywood in Las Vegas.
It did feel like something was up. And that did inform a lot of why I poured myself into this movement.
It feels kind of illegal doing this. It's like in my hand right now. She did like my voice.
It sounded like just like her.
See, I don't know.
If Britney had advanced people come scope out the place?
Yeah.
Britney Spears canceled her Las Vegas residency show due to a family crisis.
Free Britney by Deep Dive. Deep Dive presents Part 4.
Britney Spears has been taken advantage of since she was a child.
Yeah.
Thrust into the spotlight by her family, suffered abuses at the hands of the media for over 2 decades, and legally under the control of her father in a conservatorship for 12 years. During that time, her father has had the power to control every aspect of her life. And in Part 4 of Deep Dive Presents Free Britney, we are going to analyze and break down every aspect of control, every account of abuse, and every freedom Britney has had ripped away from her at the hands of the person who is supposed to care about her the most, her very own father. And thus, deep dive into what sparked the viral social media movement that formed because of it. One of the first signs of control after breaking up with Jason Trawick, leaving the X Factor and almost immediately entering into a new relationship with David Lucado, was the development of her new album, Britney Jean. Shortly after Femme Fatale was released, the majority of Britney's record label, Jive, was dissolved into another record label under the Sony umbrella, RCA. Jive specialized in teen pop stars and boy bands, whereas Britney's new label, RCA, is notorious for lack of promotion and poor management. And unfortunately, Britney's next album would turn out to be yet another one of those circumstances. Britney told X Factor fans that she wanted to go back into the studio, and she did just that. Her team had been pushing her non-stop since she was put under an involuntary hold in a conservatorship in 2008, and there were no signs of them stopping now. Her team hired will.i.am to produce the album, as he'd been given the stamp of approval after working with Britney on multiple projects.
He's all over the place. His brain works in twisted ways, but he's brilliant.
Her team also brought on Sia, David Guetta, and a slew of other extremely talented producers and writers. On paper, this album seemed it would be a huge success. However, the Britney Jean era would prove to be one of Britney's most controversial eras of all time, as Britney would be accused of barely singing on the album at all. Her entire fan base was about to turn against one backup singer, and her name is Maya Marie. Now, let's go back to the beginning. Maya Marie, a songwriter, producer, and lead singer of the defunct band My Crazy Girlfriend, began singing at the age of 2 and found a passion for songwriting at the age of 8. She had always looked up to Britney, and just 2 years into the beginning of Maya's passion for songwriting, Maya had the opportunity to meet a then-teenage Britney.
When she came out, I was obsessed with her. I met her only one time, and it was when I was 10. And I got to get backstage tickets, and I was freaking out.
Although this would be the only time the two crossed paths in person, Britney was going to change her life, for better or for worse. Freshly kicked out of her house by her father at the age of 16, Maya began quickly growing in popularity around the MySpace music scene, and even uploaded a parody of Piece of Me entitled Don't Take My Kids From Me. Maya then briefly moved to Vegas to live with, at the time, up-and-coming late Swedish DJ Avicii, and began singing over electronic tracks and recording various demos, including many for Britney Spears. One of the earliest recorded demos Maya sang for Britney was Candy from a Stranger, an alleged scrapped song from the circus recording sessions.
It's Candy.
Right, Candy Strangers and Candy.
And Britney's team really liked Maya's voice.
I was working with
Lays and Royal, a production duo, and they were also signed to Warner at the time, and they were signed to B.S.W.S.F.O.A.D. And we had written a demo for Britney, I believe, and it was passed to Kara. And Kara passed it to Teresa LaBarbera White, who was a big part of Britney's career. And Teresa recommended me as a background vocalist to Dr. Luke.
So much so that Dr. Luke called her in during the recording and production of Circus and had her do background vocals, and the rest was history. This was only the beginning, as none other than Maya's father, Murray Langston, spoke to Star magazine. He claimed she recorded 7 of the songs on Femme Fatale. He even said, "My daughter sings for Britney Spears. The truth is, Maya can sound just like her. She has a knack. Maybe Britney doesn't know whose voice is on her album, and it doesn't even interest her. Maybe she just comes in, lays down a track, and leaves, and doesn't care." This was confirmation that Maya can sound just like Britney if she wants to, and we've heard it on multiple songs and parodies she's done for Britney. She's seemed to be an excellent background vocalist on Britney's past albums. However, on Britney Jean, many fans would soon believe she overstepped her bounds. Work Bitch would be the first single released off of Britney Jean, and it proved to be a long-term success.
And you look absolutely gorgeous in your video. Abs, well done.
Well, thank you.
Can you give us normal girls some tips on being so wonderfully sexy and gorgeous?
Oh, well, thank you. You're so sweet. A lot of yoga I'm really disciplined with, and I like kickboxing. It's fun. I like to punch.
When you hit the bag, is there anyone space you've got in mind?
Oh, a couple of people. Yeah.
Help the motivation.
And Britney even worked with Miley Cyrus, who was also managed by Larry Rudolph, on SMS Bangers.
Only want one on my record, and that's Britney.
However, the good press was about to come to a halt, as her second single, Perfume, wouldn't be so lucky, as the allegations began pouring in, saying it wasn't Britney on the track at all. Chelsea Handler leading the pack, saying,
"They're not even putting her on camera now. They're just throwing up the
This
words.
woman.
It's like, here's the song, and here's whoever's singing for her this time. She's not even going to be in the video, probably." I mean, this is so stupid. This is how long can you have a career when you're not doing anything?
Also, her voice sounds kind of ragged, doesn't it? It's
Well, it's obviously a new person singing.
Britney's representatives responded to this, saying Maya Marie didn't do any background vocals in the song and doesn't have credit. Only backing vocals on Perfume are from Sia. Britney absolutely sings on Perfume. This was the beginning of a turning point for the Britney Jean era and Maya Marie. After multiple stems of vocals for Britney's upcoming song Passenger League, fans immediately began criticizing Britney's team, saying the song was almost entirely Maya Marie, not Britney. Specifically the 1-minute 55-second mark, where the high note sounds like a completely different person. Not to mention, Holly Scoop reported that many of the stems that were leaked were labeled Maya Marie. Now, a track that Sia had written and recorded and had now supposedly been dubbed with Britney's vocals was under the microscope. So much so that Maya Marie wrote an email to Radar Online saying, "While I am so grateful for the opportunity to provide background vocals for Britney Spears on a small number of her most recent works, I most certainly cannot take credit for her tremendous talent as a singer. She is a veritable living legend with a long-standing reputation for excellence in all aspects of her artistry. She is my idol, and I have nothing but the utmost respect and admiration for her. I have no further comment."
I mean, the backlash, there's backlash for everything you do. That's great, right? There's always consequences. But I don't regret anything. I think it was an awesome experience. And yeah, hell yeah, I'd do it again. Just because some people have opinions. I mean, look at Britney. She has so critiqued.
But this wasn't the end, as fans on Breathe Heavy have broken this down even further, pointing out that 1. The last time during the Britney Jean era that Britney was seen entering a recording studio was in August of 2013. But in her documentary, she was still seen writing music after these recording sessions. So how could Britney still be writing for her new album if it was supposedly already recorded? Unless Britney's team was trying to establish a false sense of control with Britney for the project, as they had often done in the past. 2. There has been footage of Britney recording her albums in all of her full documentaries previous to this one, but there was absolutely none in her documentary I Am Britney Jean. 3. The Britney Jean booklet is very vague on who sings what, whereas her other booklets have listed the credits very clearly. For instance, Maya Marie wrote Body Ache, but isn't credited as a backup singer. Or how despite Britney having a major writing credit on Perfume, Sia said she was happy to give the song to Britney.
Oh, I don't even know if I know the words. Here's the thing, we write these songs in like 40 minutes,
and then we just send them to somebody, and then we never really refer back to them ever again.
And finally, in the years to come, when Britney would perform songs from Britney Jean on TV, she would lip sync to a brand new re-recording of the song, whereas she'd still lip sync to the album versions of Baby One More Time and Toxic that were recorded up to 17 years ago. Meghan Trainor, a client of Lou Taylor's, even alluded to this in a recent interview, saying,
when like Britney Spears records her vocal most of the time.
but why? Why would Britney's team need another person to sing for Britney? As we've learned in the past, Britney is extremely efficient during her recording sessions and is a hard worker.
What's it like to work with her in the studio?
It's so easy and fun, and it's one of the easiest, probably the easiest sessions I've had in my career.
On top of being an artistic genius, why would her team need someone else to fill in for her? The answer is simple. Britney appeared fairly checked out during the Britney Jean era. Even though she dubbed it her most personal album to date, there were no promotional performances and very little hype from Britney herself, as Britney seemed to want to go a different direction than her team did, thus resulting in the mismatched final product that she barely appeared to sing on, Britney Jean. This isn't the first time we've seen Britney's team do something with or without her. For instance, when fans alleged that Britney refused to record the fan-voted Break the Ice video, as she allegedly had her heart set on Hot as Ice. And since her team allegedly couldn't get her to do what they wanted, they went over her head and released an animated Break the Ice video. Or when the media alleged that Britney used a body double for portions of the Till the World Ends video. Britney's career has always been under control, and when she refused to do something, Larry Rudolph and the rest of her team would somehow make it work without her. All of this evidence is the persona they were trying to create for Britney during this era, a singer-songwriter who is in full control of her career. But in this half-hearted attempt at creating this new persona, it somehow made Britney's fans shy away from the era even more, as nothing about it was Britney. This was especially evidenced in the I Am Britney Jean documentary.
I think I definitely want what's the other one?
Passenger?
Passenger, yeah.
Don't ask me why when you said fart, I thought about passenger.
As well as the press tour, as Britney seemed disinterested in the album as a whole.
You want the perfume that you're wearing to reek all over, let's say, for example, Will I Am.
I like it.
It's pretty freaking, that's like the most beautifulest thing ever to shoot. I mean, guys don't feel that way. And if you did.
I do.
You do? You put spray cologne on your girl?
I spray girls' cologne on my pillows to make me think they're there.
Do you like,
What?
your girl leaves the house and you're like, come here, baby.
Oh, no, I don't. No, I don't do
Go
that.
off.
I just put Trésor in my bed and smell. Oh, there's somebody. Oh, there's no one there. It just smells like someone's there.
This album obviously shoots your 8th one. Do you feel pressure to be number one?
Oh, God. It makes me nervous to think about it.
And the album's sales reflected this, as this was Britney's lowest selling album to date. So much so that the third single, Alien, was completely scrapped from being released as a single. And RCA seemingly abandoned the project as a whole, after the $6.5 million music video for Work didn't return on their investment. Britney's team was scrambling, but all they were doing was running themselves into the ground and exposing just how much control over Britney's personal life and career they had.
Idiots.
Even though there was little to no promotion for Britney Jean, Britney was still being run ragged, as her team had just signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Caesars Entertainment for a new show that Britney would perform at Planet Hollywood. That was contingent on her conservatorship staying in place for the duration of the residency. Even with the controversy surrounding her latest album, Britney appeared unfazed and was laser-focused on her Vegas residency. Caesars Palace detailed that the show would be nearly 100 minutes 3 times a week, with an expected 4,600 people per show. This production was huge and would feature a multitude of elaborate sets and costumes. This was big for Britney, as one of the biggest projects in her legacy was rocketing off faster than Larry Rudolph, Caesars Entertainment, or Britney could have ever imagined.
It's happening. Britney Spears is Vegas' newest headliner.
The pop princess is officially headlining a new residency in Sin City. Britney Spears has landed in Sin City to begin her much-anticipated Las Vegas residency, causing zombie-like scenes as she stopped traffic. I'm honored to receive
Sugar
the
daddy's all
city's
around me,
iconic
acting
strip,
like
and I'm
they're
thrilled that
in
today has been declared Britney Day.
248 ticketed shows. Ticket sales figures reaching more than $137 million, 916,184 sold seats.
Britney truly was getting the best of both worlds. The Vegas residency allowed her to easily balance the two things she loved, performing and, most importantly, being a mom.
I mean, I look right now at the way I used to travel all around the world and do like a different show every night, and I'm like, how did I do it? Like, it's just like promotion is like a different story, and like going to a different city every day, like what I'm doing now, it's really kind of hard. But being based in Vegas and having one show that you just keep going back to, and the consistency of that is really grounding and really cool.
But as we have learned, anything Britney loves is used as leverage to control her. The Vegas residency would be no different. To the outside world, it appeared things were now normal for Britney. Sure, the conservatorship was still in place, but her and her boyfriend David Lucado were going strong. She had 50% visitation time with her children, and Piece of Me was wildly successful. No one was questioning the conservatorship, and this was great for Britney's dad and his team, as the conservatorship raked in millions upon millions from her residency. However, we later learned from a pay increase requested by Andrew Wallet, co-conservator of Britney's estate, that the conservatorship employed the same level of control over Britney during her Vegas residency as they did during the 2009 circus tour. Much like the circus tour, there would always be a team of people around Britney. Robin Greenhill, a friend and employee of Lou Taylor, Jeff Raymond, Britney's publicist, Adam Lieber, Britney's manager, and Larry Rudolph were the conservatorship's trusted team for the residency. The approved inner circle was there to keep an eye on Britney at all times. The conservatorship would then heavily vet the people Britney would come in contact with for work and have them all sign contracts. The excuse for this was they feared Britney would get substances from someone she would come in contact with, and this is why they needed to have this level of control over her during the Vegas residency. But there was someone in Britney's inner circle who would present a problem for the conservatorship: David, Britney's boyfriend.
I heard that your dad kind of set you up with your current boyfriend. Is that true?
No, it's not true.
Tell me the real story. Set the record straight, please.
Okay, well, through friends, we were eating at a restaurant, and I was with a couple of friends, and they knew him, and they introduced me to him, and we just kind of like hit it off, you know? We just started talking, and it just made sense, and yeah.
You are?
Yeah, I would say I'm in love.
Feels good.
Yeah, it's cool.
The reports of your dad doing a background check on David, is that not true?
That is true.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Does that embarrass you?
My dad's a little crazy like that.
David, does David and your father get along?
Yeah, they get along.
So the background check came out clean.
Yeah.
Or clean enough.
Yes. Yes.
Unlike Jason Trawick, who worked closely with Britney's dad Jamie to control her, even becoming co-conservator of Britney's personal affairs, David didn't appear to want any part of the conservatorship or controlling Britney. He was dubbed Normal Guy Dave because they apparently acted like an adorable old married couple and did normal non-celebrity things. According to an InStyle interview with Britney, she said, "I would really like to have another baby, a girl. I think it's going to be crazy. I'm not going to feel as alone in this world anymore." According to sources, Britney and David had plans to start a family as soon as her Vegas contract expired.
I also heard that after this show, which I believe you're doing 96 shows, after this run I should say, 96 shows in 2 years, which is amazing, a lot of work. And obviously you want to take a long break, but you might even possibly retire, is that true?
I might, who knows? I may have 2 more kids and I don't know, yeah.
So more kids on the horizon
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
would like to have more kids, yeah.
However, in another article published August 21st, 2014, it came out that David did not want to get married and have kids until not only the Vegas residency was finished, but also the conservatorship needed to be ended. David was now a huge issue for Jamie Spears and everyone financially benefiting from the conservatorship. They had been flying under the radar, controlling Britney for so many years, and now she was in a serious relationship with someone who wasn't going to help them continue on like past boyfriends had. Just 1 week after the article was published about David wanting the conservatorship to be ended in order to marry Britney, Jamie Spears purchased a video of David cheating on Britney for a pretty penny. Per Jamie's team, who always leaks information to TMZ, Jamie called Britney over, telling her he had something important to show her. After Britney was shown the video by her father, she ended her relationship with David. Jamie said he purchased the video to save Britney the embarrassment of the public seeing it, but then proceeded to share all of the details with TMZ anyways. David did respond, denying cheating claims, saying the video was taken during a time Britney had broken up with him. However, they had only split for a day when the video was taken. Nonetheless, Jamie Spears shifted the public away from talking about the conservatorship, and David, who was a threat to his control over Britney,
oh my god, this guy.
Britney, who usually doesn't say much publicly, would actually speak on the breakup during one of her shows.
I know everybody knows that my boyfriend cheated on me.
That's what she was talking about.
The best thing about your boyfriend cheating on you is that you get to go on another first date.
Flash forward to a couple years after their breakup, David was interviewed by New York Times and spoke out against the conservatorship. He said, if anyone knew the real Britney, they would know that she would rather be remembered for being the great mother she is rather than the artist she is. And if anyone could see her interactions with her kids, they would know that there is no need for a conservatorship over Britney's personal life. Following the breakup, Britney would throw herself into work, launching her lingerie line.
It's very subtle, but it's the type of things that we want to wear without the man, too. You know, stuff that just makes you feel good about yourself and just being you and being alone.
And we were talking about Vegas. How much fun are you having doing Vegas?
Oh, I love it. It's a lot of fun. It's a hard show, but it's cool. I like it.
And we heard rumors you might extend it. We might see more of you.
Yes.
Is it going to happen?
We'll see. Possibly.
Britney said the residency is the hardest she has ever worked, doing 3 shows a week with just an 8-week summer break, where she usually works on other projects, and in between all of it, she always prioritizes her children. Britney loved the show, her team, and Vegas. It became a second home. She said she couldn't imagine ending her residency, so her contract was extended 2 more years until December 2017.
But tonight I want you to help me count to 2 because I'm going to be in Vegas for 2 months!
The exciting news of Britney's decision to extend her current 2-year Sin City Piece of Me Planet Hollywood show came shortly after she revealed at the Teen Choice Awards that she wasn't sure if she wanted to continue the show.
You know, you've been working hard to change the show. It's like a 2.0 version now. What do you think's what's going to be different?
I have a new album coming out soon. Yeah. So it's just like a taste of what's to come. The new stuff isn't actually in it yet.
Okay.
But there's a lot of surprises and things just to make it fresh and fun for everyone.
But despite Britney working harder than she had ever worked before, despite all the progress she had made in the 7 years since the conservatorship was put in place, the conservatorship was not letting up control of Britney, yet again showing that the people behind the conservatorship have no problem thinking Britney is well enough to make them money, but somehow is not well enough to do something as simple as buy an iced coffee.
Shit doesn't make sense.
It does not.
2014 has already proven to be difficult for Britney, and as the year came to a close, someone from Britney's past was about to make major headlines again. Maybe this time with Nickelodeon star Amanda Bynes.
Amanda Show.
TMZ reported that B.S.S.W.S.F.O.A.D was in cahoots with Amanda's parents to get her on a psych hold, much like Britney Spears in 2008. He told Amanda her car would first drive to a lawyer's office, and then to a hotel in West Hollywood, where she would confront her parents and tell them about a lawsuit. However, Sam allegedly double-crossed her and took her to a Pasadena hospital that looked like an office building. Amanda thought she was going to see the lawyer, but when she walked inside, she was surrounded by hospital staff and placed on a 72-hour hold, in which her parents would attempt to get conservatorship over her, just like Britney. B.S.S.W.S.F.O.A.D wrote an open letter on XO Jane, in which he included photos of Britney and explained he was only trying to help. He even included a damning text message from Courtney Love, whom he was also involved with, regarding Sam's ongoing defamation lawsuit against Lynn Spears, citing her 2008 book Through the Storm, in which she accuses him of Britney. This had been the scapegoat Britney's conservatorship had been using in court to continue to keep Britney under their control. And unfortunately, these articles seem to only add fuel to the fire, as it reportedly caused Britney's team to take even more controlling precautions over her day-to-day life. Radar Online reported that Britney's team was appalled and disgusted that Sam is still trying to link himself to Britney. An anonymous source even told them that Jamie believes that given the opportunity, Sam would try to worm his way back into Britney's life again, saying her life was in shambles when Sam was with her, inviting photographers into her house so they could get to know Britney as a person. Who does that? Someone who wants to be a celebrity. The B.S.S.W.S.F.O.A.D saga with Courtney Love, Britney Spears, and now Amanda Bynes was far from over, as his case against Britney's conservatorship would be revived in appeals court that year. Nonetheless, hot off the success of her Vegas residency and lingerie line, Britney Spears confirmed she was already working on a follow-up to Britney Jean.
Working on a new album, new music?
Very slowly, but progressively. So yeah.
What are we gonna get from Britney this time around?
I want to do something very artsy-fartsy. Something I've never done before. I even like if it's just go take a left lane and go into a little bit of rock or rock pop. Just do something really kind of out there.
Makes sense.
Any collaborations? Who would you like to collaborate with that you haven't collaborated with?
I love Katy Perry. I would love to do something with her.
Katy Perry.
Or Iggy. That would be cool.
I kissed the girl.
Shortly after this interview, Britney's team reached out.
There's somebody I've had my eye on, but we just did a secret collaboration, so I hope that it will be able
British
to
accent
happen in
now?
the next
Yeah.
few weeks. Another pop queen.
As she said, they had a song, which is going to be her first single coming out next year. Iggy told Kiss FM, "I think people are really going to love it and enjoy it. It's a really fun track. I still haven't really gotten to have a conversation with her, so I'm hoping New Year's will be the time I can get her in a corner. We recorded a few different things, and then one of those just ended up being, I think, undeniably great. Hopefully everybody will get to hear it at the beginning of next year." And Iggy Azalea did eventually meet Britney, but the conservatorship's control was evident and very clearly echoed what Radar Online detailed in their article about Sam Lutfi's effect on her new security precautions, as Iggy told a very invasive story to Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live.
Yeah, nothing weird.
Nothing weird.
She actually, they came and checked my place to make sure I wasn't trying to stash anything weird and give it to her or something.
Give her
and then I was
something
like,
weird?
it's just salad.
Right.
So I'm glad she liked it.
Wait, Britney had advanced people come scope out the place?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, to make sure I wasn't a bad influencer.
Wow.
And I'm not. I passed the test.
Wow, they scrubbed your place.
They didn't scrub it. They just came and yeah, they were very nice.
Wow.
I was like, I promise, I'm not gonna do anything bad. I just don't have lunch.
Right.
Yeah. I had a lot of other chicken.
Did they remove anything from your house?
No, I mean I didn't do anything.
All right, we're gonna end this part here because it's gonna be a very long. We're gonna have to take this part, put it on the computer, and do the other one afterwards. So, what do you think about this first half? This is insane. With the Iggy,
I think especially with Iggy is just speaking out directly. But I think a lot of people were made out to kind of shut up about it. And because no one's ever discussed that being something that they had to do.
I'm thinking they assume that Britney brought her team. When I think the team just went on their own will.
I don't think it was her. I don't think she brought her team. I think it was on her dad's part of making sure that if they could find out anything about that person, to see if they're either trying to have a second, I guess a second opinion or a second level of interest that they don't know.
That's insane. And the dad, I think it's ironic that the dad found a video of what's his name, David, cheating on.
Yeah, I felt the irony in that. I felt honestly, shit happens. That could have been something that happened a long time ago. But if she openly just ended it like that, it could have been that there was also some trust issues going through it. Because if you really 110% trust somebody, you're gonna be like, well, when did you take this? How long ago was it? Are you sure that happened? A lot of the time, people get private investigators all the time. But private investigators, what you don't know, they investigate for a long time. It's not just a month or 2 months. Now, sometimes if it's a process that they've been speculating for a while, then it's a long time. But if it's just all of a sudden, they go ahead and they check. And if it's nothing at that moment, they continue to investigate to see if they could find out more information. So I just feel like there's no telling if it could have happened prior to them getting together. The breakup, like you said, men deal with breakup different than women deal with breakups. So, like I said, I just feel like it was something else going on.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot. Well,
yeah.
We're going to end this video right here. It's already past 30 minutes. So yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
Be nice to people.
Please do.
And stay safe. And stay awesome.
See you guys in our next video. Bye.